It's the perfect Minnesota summertime read, a thriller that involves a terrorist plot concocted in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area, featuring killer mosquitoes, with the final scene of the novel taking place at the Minnesota State Fair. That's the plot of Buzz, as created by David Lebedoff. He's a Minnesota attorney, former Board of Regent, and yes, he's an author. We've never had a guest with a mosquito netting on his head. It's appropriate, though.
Well, you have to think ahead.
Good marketing tool there. Yeah. Killer mosquitoes. Where did you dream that up?
Actually, there are 1 million people a year die from mosquito bites, but they die from malaria over a long time. In my book, Buzz, people die from deliberately mosquitoes that have been planted with poison and by someone trying to destroy the country, and they die horribly and instantly. And many people ask me if this is possible to happen, but it's technically it is, but you'd have to have the right poison, I suppose.
You've written nonfiction books, but
yes.
why a thriller?
Because Eric, that's a very good question. I looked through some of my past reviews. I was sending out a thing to a publisher, and whether the book was about a political fight in Minnesota or whether the book was about a trial after the Exxon Valdez oil spill, a lot of people said, this reads like a thriller. I saw that in all the reviews, and I thought, my gosh, maybe I should write a thriller. And I wanted to see if I could, so I did, and I loved it. I loved doing it. It was fun. It was thrilling.
But going from nonfiction to fiction and writing thrillers specifically, there's a mind shift there as an author. What are the hurdles to doing that? Well,
two of my books about the Exxon Valdez oil spill and my book, The 21st Ballot, about, well, actually a couple of my books about Minnesota politics were what I call nonfiction novels, and other people call nonfiction novels. They were written like novels with a narrative style, and they had characters, but they were real people. And it's much harder to write a thriller because the facts aren't there for you to look for. You have to make them all up, and the story and the plot. And
did you have to do some scientific research on how mosquitoes spread disease, or?
Yes, I did.
Was that challenging, or did that come to you naturally?
Well, I think Google makes it easier, but I spent a lot of time and I read some books on mosquitoes, and it's very interesting. You know, mosquitoes, the person most likely to be bit by a mosquito in Minnesota or anywhere else is a pregnant woman, strangely enough. And there's reasons for that. More body heat, more carbon dioxide. Anyway, the hero of my book is a woman doctor who is pregnant, and so she has to actually face these terrible things face to face.
Now, you have self-published this book. It's on Amazon.com.
Yes.
It also is an e-book. Tell me about the calculus behind going in that direction versus trying to find a traditional publisher.
Well, I did it because I thought that this is a great summer read, and it's not a very long book. And if you publish it, all my other publishers, Random House, Scribner's, have been good publishers, but I was calculating, to be brutally frank, that people didn't want to pay a lot of money for a summer read that gets them scared of mosquitoes, like people were scared of sharks. So by going on Amazon, the price is much lower. You get the paperback for $10, and they read it online for $5. So I thought might get a bigger audience that way. So we shall see, but it's doing pretty well, so I'm happy about it.
Buzz by David Lebedoff. Come back and see us again.
Ttake you very much.
Nice
to
see you.
Take your mosquito netting.
Don't forget your netting.
Well.